Welcome to Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald. Hey, that's me. Hi, and welcome to Positive Talk. Our show features the best positive stories and people from around the globe as we endeavor to answer the universal question of why am I here and what is my purpose? Understanding that can change everything, and knowing your greatness is fundamental to living your best life. So join us right now as together we work to create the adventure of our lifetime. And welcome to the show, everybody. You know, sometimes we get to create the adventure of our lifetime, and sometimes it is brought to us in a very unique and fundamental way that we might not even recognize until we get down the road a piece. And then we go, oh, that's what that was all about, and stuff. And we have a guest with us today. His name is Dr. Hank, and he is a very special man that does some really unique things that I think everybody needs to be aware of and stuff. So, Dr. Hank, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Well, Kevin, thank you. I am just living the dream, and I really appreciate you and your positive talk radio that you just inspire and uplift the world and make the world a better place. So thank you for having me on your amazing show.
Well, what my mission is to provide a large enough platform so that I can bring Dr. Hank here and he can have an impact that to more people, because more people need to hear the messages and what you have to say,
Yeah.
because you are working with our guides and our folks on the other side and folks, and they are, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Hank, but isn't everybody that is not in the body and is on the other side, aren't they all vested in our success?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, death is a misunderstanding that word, death. There really is no death. We have been told, and I know we have eternal life. And so for all those that have walked before us, that have transitioned from the physical back to the non-physical, that in fact, they're still here. And so, for example, you could be thinking about some loved one like your grandparents. They have a keen interest in you, even though they're not physically here, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they're alive and well. And they want nothing more. They have such a keen interest in you, and they want to guide and support and love you. And they have the ability to do that because when you go back to the non-physical, you have this you become pure energy. You don't have any resistant thoughts. You don't have what I call the committee thoughts. And because of that we have all these resources we can call upon. But what have we been brought up to believe is that, oh, when they quote unquote die, they just transition to the other side, left their body, that we say, oh, they're gone. And we get to call it. We call it whatever you want to call it, it's going to happen, whether you want it or not. And so if you say they're gone, they can't help you. That we have free will to be able to call in these divine beings that include those that have walked before us. But there's also other beautiful divine beings that we'll get into later.
Exactly. Well, one of the things when people say, what do you, death? What do you mean there is no death? Death is horrible. I'm scared to death of death because death is going to be awful. I'm here to tell you, and this is what I believe you tell me, I think birth is a lot more stressful than death is. What do you think?
They're all glorious. Everything has within it, every particle of the universe, every situation, every person can either be the wanted or the unwanted, and we get to choose. So we are such magnificent beings that we chose to come back to this amazing world. And so we birthed ourselves into this world, and our soul makes the decision, our higher self, if you will, makes a decision when we leave here. There's nothing to be sad about when we leave here. None of our souls said, hey, I'm going to be here forever, for all of eternity, and then something messed up and we're not here. No, we come at the perfect time and we leave at the perfect time. So once we start judging things, there's where you have the devil, if you will, the committee that comes in and starts saying, oh, this is sad and this is too bad. When someone transitions to the other side, we celebrate their life. It's magnificent that they were it. They birthed themselves into this world and their soul guided them out of this world. And I've had 3 experiences that what people would call near death, where I was on the other side, and it is beautiful there. The feeling, it's indescribable, of the light, the feeling of just pure love. You really kind of don't want to come back because it's beautiful. So where we're going is something great, and where we are right now is something great.
When you were having one of your near-death experiences and you were on the other side and they said, no, Hank, you got to go back. And you were like, I don't wanna. Can I stay here, please? And they said,
It kind
no, you're not done yet.
it kind of is that way, that, you always get the choice, if you will, but they, have the door open for me to come back. And one of the reasons why they had me go there is so I could have a better understanding, because I have been asking for, I want to have, and we all have this power. Whatever you focus your attention on will grow. Whatever you want, all things are possible. I ask to be able to channel, to communicate with divine intelligence, DI. That's way better than
Than
AI.
AI. Oh, that is so true. And if you want to look and be validated by some of these things, Dr. Michael Newton, as an example, he was a hypnotherapist and he wrote Journey of Souls. And
Mhm,
he a lot of the things that he talked about on of life on the other side, it
mhm.
it really is an involved existence. It's not sitting on a cloud
Right.
with a harp. We do a lot of things on the other side, don't we?
Yeah, we certainly do, and see, it's all consciousness. It's this amazing consciousness that, and it's probably better to understand. Like some people say, "Oh boy, this is blue sky" or whatever. And let me share with you that actually this has been proven by science in about the last 5 to 7 years. Science, quantum physicists, molecular biologists, neuroscientists, all the disciplines of science have proven that for us to have anything, any of our desires, that according to scientists, it only takes 3 steps. And the first step is our all powerful thought. So our thought creates what the scientists say, that this thought, our thought, then creates energy, and this energy is our emotions. That's why one of the 24 books that I've written on this subject, this amazing subject, is Think, Feel, and Grow Rich, because we have to, whatever we're thinking about creates a signal, if you will, this energy, and then the scientist has proven this energy then creates matter, matter. And this is why our thoughts create things. Thoughts create things. So for us to realize that our all powerful thought, now some people say, Dr. Hank, that just isn't true. I've been asking for more money or whatever for a long time. And where's my stuff? Well, where your stuff is, it's here, except you're not allowing it in. And think of this, that when you're saying, oh, I need more money, are you really feeling, I need more money, I want more money? Or are you feeling and sending a signal to the universe, to the divine, on, I don't have enough money?
Exactly.
Because what happens is when I say I don't have enough money, in essence, even though the words aren't there, and that's why our emotions are what actually is the signal to the divine, and that it tells the truth of what we're really feeling. So, what I do, I help people in order to think at a point where they can feel having what they want. And when they get to that point, that they manifested. It's in their experience. I've helped people overcome cancer without chemotherapy, build $1 million businesses, a couple $1 billion businesses that we can be, do, and have anything. I've worked with athletes, Pete Sampras, and so we can do it, but it's all with the mind. And people say, "Oh, what's your success? I worked hard." You thought about, hey, I want to be the best tennis player or whatever. And that thought gave you then inspired action. That inspired action might be in this example that I'm going to be on the tennis court every day, practicing. So we get to own it all. We control it all. We are the creators of our own experience, Kevin.
Is the biggest reason why people are not creating their own existence and their own happiness is because they don't believe they can?
Well, we all create our own experience, but most of us don't get to what you shared with us on the happiness. And let me share with you what's going on there. That we have, it's been proven by science that it's our thought. We have 60,000 thoughts a day. I'm a mental scientist, and that's why I know some of these facts. 60,000 thoughts a day. For most people, 80% of those thoughts are negative or unwanted thoughts. And so what does that mean? Like, well, what do you mean? I'm not thinking negative. Well, you're saying, oh, gee, I hope there's a traffic. Well, if you're focused on traffic, you're going to have traffic.
Yeah.
I hope I don't get into an accident. You are now creating an accident. Gee, I need more money, where you're really feeling I don't have enough money. Okay. And so what we need to do, and here's the beautiful thing, Kevin, we don't have to monitor 60,000 thoughts. Just monitor your feelings. When you feel good, this is our guidance system. When we feel good, that means the divine, the universe, God is telling us, you're thinking about this subject the way we are. When we feel bad, it means you aren't. And so it's like this beautiful guidance system that we have that we didn't recognize. Oh, that's our guidance system. So no matter what you're thinking bad about, just simply say, and here's a technique, say, this is what I don't want. It's all about wanting. It's not really good or bad. It's about wanting or I want it. And this is really what I don't want. And then you ask the divine, what do I want? And that takes you to, all of a sudden you'll have the thoughts of what you want. It takes you to a higher place, to a better life. And that's why we have to rub up against this contrast. If everything were just fine, we had plenty of money and everything, we wouldn't be here, because we have to have that contrast that then bursts the greater thought, the greater emotion that actually puts the eternity into all of us.
I got to ask you, Dr. Hank, because
Oh.
and what you're saying is really beautiful, but is it, or do we need, no, I mean, scratch that. If we choose to, and we talk to our guides and the people on the other side and explain that we are interested in fulfilling, as an example, fulfilling our life purpose.
Yeah.
And they don't do anything until we say that. Isn't that true?
Yes, well, we ask that. And, you brought up in the beginning of the show, too, on our life's purpose. And I'll share with you why we are here. And so the broader picture of why we are here and why we wanted to come back here. See, this Mother Earth is the perfect environment, the perfect place that has everything we want and everything we don't want.
That's
And
so
we
true.
have to rub up against this, what we don't want, to birth what we do want. Now, what most people do, so that puts the eternity into everything, as I was sharing earlier. But see, by doing that, what is our purpose? We're literally, to start out with, we are creating, by us living on this life, because the contrast, it's not the other side where you're sitting in the light and we got this contrast, and we have that contrast in order to birth a better life, a better world. When you look at this world, it is far more better. So our purpose, number one, is to be able to experience this life and why everything is playing out perfectly. So if you choose not to go with God, go with the divine on what the contrast did, and you're in your pity party and Facebooking people and talking about how terrible whatever is, which you're making it bigger, by the way, and you're going to attract more things that make you feel the same way, but you get a choice that, you know what, I'm going to go with God, because God goes, the divine goes to what you do want, and that puts the eternity into everything. Now, the other purpose to kind of understand our soul, and the easier way to understand it is our soul is here for three reasons. So our purpose, number one, is growth, and I just shared with you on where that growth comes from, the contrast. Number two is that we are here for more freedom. Freedom from this committee, from these 80% of, imagine the committee is this beautiful mahogany table up in our head with these beautiful black leather executive chairs. And the characters on this committee that are trying to run everything are fear and worry and doubt and complaining and shame and guilt and anger. And the head of the committee is the judge. And it's mainly judging you about, oh, I didn't do this right, I didn't do that right. And we can get rid of the committee and have freedom. So the second reason our soul is here, freedom from the committee, freedom from this world, being attached to things. When you, oh, I gotta have this, you actually are pushing it away. And then the prize, Kevin, the prize why we are here is joy. Woo, doggies.
But so many of us spend so much time not being in joy, but that's part of the process. That's part of the process of learning and getting over it. By the way, we're talking with Dr. Hank. We need to take a real quick break, and then we will return right after this with more. And by the way, we're going to talk about Abraham. We're going to talk about a lot of different things during this show. So please stay with us.
You became a real estate agent for freedom, success, and real momentum. So why are you still stuck waiting for closings to save you? I'm Ophir Adar, founder of Real Momentum, and I help agents like you become seven-figure earners. My first client that I coached, brand new agent, made $250,000 back in 2006. What's the secret? You feed your white wolf. That's the part of you that's bold and unstoppable and a closer and able to build rapport quickly. So click Get Listings at Real Momentum and let's unleash your real estate potential.
And welcome back to Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald. And Dr. Hank is here, and he's got a last name that I can't pronounce. So can you pronounce your last name so that people can find you?
It's Seitz, Seitz. And if anybody wants to get a hold of me, it's real easy. I got a cell phone like you do, 214-753-7204. If I can help you in any way, give me a call, text me, and I'll be happy to show up.
Go ahead and give us that number one more time.
Sure. It's 214-753-7204.
Very cool. And I got to tell you, because in all of the readings that you talk about and all the things that you do, there's a guy by the name of Abraham Hicks. Tell us a little bit about Abraham Hicks, and who, by the way, is now passed on. I do believe, and his wife is still here. At least last I knew. But tell us a little bit about Abraham, and because years ago, somebody handed me a cassette tape. Now, for those of you who don't know, a cassette tape used to be a little, and you put it into a tape player, a cassette tape player, and then it would play the sound. They don't even have those anymore. You can't even buy them. But I got a cassette tape of Abraham Hicks and talking about the law of attraction and how it all works. And it was a remarkable moment in time. And they did that for a very long time. And
Yeah.
so explain exactly the process that they used and what it was.
You bet. I think it'll be helpful first to look at this broader picture, and when we do, it becomes more easily understandable on that there is this consciousness within the whole universe, and specifically for it was actually Esther and Jerry Hicks, and Esther Hicks wanted to connect with the divine. And so she started asking, and similar to my path on that, when you ask, you will get it. It's one step at a time. So it's not like you ask, "Hey, I want Abraham in," and who is Abraham? Well, Abraham are a mass of these divine beings, some who have walked here before, some not, that are that whose purpose they came together and said, "Hey, we want every human being to understand life and how it plays." And so we can all call upon Abraham. We all have, you don't have to be Esther Hicks to call upon Abraham. You can ask, and again, you can have, be, do, and have anything that you want. And so that is one source of where you can get your, they give you understanding, they give you answers, solutions, they give you thought, you know, and how do they give you things? It's through your thoughts, your amazing mind, that they'll give you the next thought to whatever you want, to the journey that you're on, to the desires that you have, to the what I call the corridor of joy. But there are others that you can call upon. And so specifically, there are man that has walked before us, has asked for 7 main things. And the universe has responded and given us. And the first of these 7 things is Archangel Michael. And Michael is a blue light for our minds, energy for our spirit, which is our emotions, and blue angel dust for our body, that is will help you become a master of manifesting. And it's like, wow, because that's the first thing that we all wanted to do. We wanted to manifest things because we're here, you know, like some parents complain, "Oh, my kid always says I want, I want, I want." We all want. That's what we're here for.
And as long as you want, that's what you're going to want. And yes, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So there is Abraham. There are our 7 archangels, like, and you know, a couple more just to kind of entice you and understand what you have. And I can say, like, if you text me, I'll send you the 7 archangels, what they are. But there's Raphael for health. One of the reasons why I can help people to cure people of health issues, and I had a MS lady who hadn't walked in 35 years without a walker, and now walks and can go up and down stairs. And it's miracles. You know, Christ said you can do these things and more. And we have this power. We just have to believe it and understand about these things, about the committee and getting in our way. But the other thing that we talked about earlier, this consciousness, that the divine intelligence that we can tap into, is those that have walked before us. So I call in Christ every day, Buddha every day. I call in, amazing people that have walked before us. The founding fathers of the United States, Abe Lincoln, Steve Jobs. They can all help us. And see, when you start inviting them in, you'll start feeling their presence.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll start guiding you. And not only will you get thoughts, but you become a magnet to people and circumstances and events. Because see, we think that we're doing everything and making everything, but our only job is to think about what we want and why we want it. In the middle is the Father does the work. Ask, this thinking, ask and receive, and the Father does the work. And the Father is this divine intelligence.
I got to ask you, Dr. Hank, because this is heavy on my mind. I have an associate who is, she's been with me a little over a year now, and she has learned some remarkable things from some remarkable people. And I'm hoping that she'll make it to this show while you're still here. But in case she doesn't,
Yeah.
I wanted to. She is going through a bit of a challenge because her life is changing because of the things that she is hearing and taking to herself. And she doesn't know how to handle it because she used to act in one specific way, and it was very difficult for her. Now she's finding that things are changing in a positive way, and she doesn't know how to handle it or deal with it because there's a lot going on that she didn't that she used to accept and take for granted, that now she recognizes that isn't necessarily the case.
Yes, yes. So I think it'll be helpful to understand my breadth of knowledge that I actually was an executive with Procter and Gamble, and I went from there to starting my own international consulting business, and I would guarantee specific measurable results for these large organizations, IBM, Chase, Essilor, all these big companies. And then I decided that I didn't want to travel as much, whatever. And I was retired, living on writing books on the beach in Florida. And then I realized that my passion was really to help people become their greatest possibilities. So I've helped thousands of people all over the world overcome their challenges. And so to include, and ages wise, from 13 to whatever, I guess the oldest one was 82 years old. And and I need 13 because at that age you now have your own consciousness and you're starting to recognize that you do have this power in order to create whatever you want. Now, regarding your friend, and I think her name is Rochelle, that your friend, that first of all, for her to understand that like this change in her life, it's all a blessing. See, this contrast, when we look at it as blessings, that is going to bring us to something greater, now it's no big deal. Okay. Now, no matter what it is, it becomes no big deal. It's like, wow, I'm not going to put a charge into the things I don't want. Instead, I'm going to ask, hey, what do I want from this? And so, one of the things that she's going to experience is greater freedom. And remember, that is one of the key things that her soul wants, and the freedom to realize the things that I thought I could rely on or have that, I could, it would help me, whatever. We don't need any of that. We don't need any of this world. We each just need to have our thoughts be good feeling thoughts. In fact, I have a book called Good Feeling Thoughts. It's every day. So it'll go, July 24th, and it has 7 good feeling thoughts. And I've had people around the world read that book. It's about just having good feeling thoughts that then create good feelings. And then let the divine handle everything else. Because when you're high flying, when you're feeling good, that means you're flying with your angels, with the divine, with God, with the universe, and all that is. And when you're there, you don't have resistance, and you can allow them the things that you have asked for to come to you. But this is where, like in churches, they say, hey, you got to have faith in God, whatever. This is the faith that we need, is to realize that, wow, when I feel good and I line up and vibrate with my higher power and all that is, that then the heavens open up and everything that I want will come to me in the perfect timing and the perfect portions.
It's amazing, and she gets mad at me, but I keep telling her the gospel according to Paul McCartney: just let it be and let it unfold. Am I right?
There you go. Let it be. So let me share with you, and so some specifics. You are right, and this "let it be." I'm going to use the word "allow" for that, but actually, I shared with you what science said, that it's just 3 steps. Our thought creates energy, which is our feeling that creates matter, and thoughts become things. But actually, it's 5 steps, but we only have to do 2 of them. So the first step, just like the scientists, it's our thought. And I can help you all in order to increase your thinking that will improve your life and get you the things that you do want. So it's your thought, and you don't have to do anything with this. Once you think, automatically this energy, your emotions are going to be created from your thought. And this now to step 3, this creates the signal that you send out to the divine. And instantly, and so a way to use, like if you use talking the Bible, that if you use the Bible, that it is that I ask and I shall receive, that, and that our prayers. So it's our prayer, our thinking is our prayer, but it's not when our hands are folded on our knees. It is every moment of every day, these 60,000 thoughts. And so when my thoughts create this energy that go into step 3, where God, if you will, the universe, the divine intelligence instantly receives your prayer. And guess what? Instantly answers it. This is why all our prayers are answered. But again, people come to me, but Dr. Hank, where's my stuff? Where's the car? Where's the person in the bed? Where's my money in the bank? And I'll tell you where it is. It is in this, because all the universe proven, all the universe is energy. It's in this energy form, ready for you to do. And this is your job, if you will, ready to do step 4. And it's what I call ABE. Allow, believe, and expect. And this is where let it be, ask for it, and get it. Now here's, and let me share with you on why we stop it. We're the only ones that stop anything from what we want. So let's say, for example, I'm asking for more money. And then in my business, someone says, no to me. And so I don't get that job. So now I change my thinking. I don't allow it. And I say, oh, I don't have enough business. And then God says, no problem. I'll give you more. Not enough business. It's our energy. Yeah.
It's an amazing thing. Dr. Hank is with us, and go to his website, which is Dr. Hank and Seitz.com. Dr. Hank Seitz.com. And you can find out more about him. And we need to take a real quick station break. And when we come back, I'm going to see if I can coax Rochelle into the conversation. And because, Dr. Hank, in my world, there's divine timing. And in divine timing, when we need the resources that we need to answer questions for us, they magically show up. And you just magically showed up for us to have this conversation right now, because somebody who I dearly love needs it desperately. And we'll be right back.
Fantastic.
You're listening to Brushwood Media Network, the best in syndicated talk, news, and entertainment shows.
As you go about your daily life, look closer. As you gather with family and friends who love and support you, look closer. There are youth right in your community who don't have the home, warmth, and healing you have. So look closer. Every year across America, a staggering 4.2 million youth are homeless or trafficked. And for 50 years, Covenant House has worked relentlessly to keep them safe and protected. Tonight, 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed. And tomorrow, they will wake up surrounded by love. They get clean clothes, hot meals, medical care, and a safe place to sleep. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In sites across America to help them fulfill the great promise of their lives. So look closer at Covenant House. To help or get help, go to covenanthouse.org.
And welcome back to Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald and Rochelle, and Dr. Hank is with us, and Dr. Hank, you are a blessing. You really are, and I'm so pleased that you are taking the time to spend it with us today.
Well,
and
I'm blessed to be here. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it.
And Rochelle, are you there?
I am here, and I'm feeling lovely in all the specific kind of ways that I can. And Dr. Ink, I have to tell you, this has been a very powerful message, especially for me and what I'm going through in my life, and many people. I think all ages and all kinds of people go through these kinds of things where it's like, how how do we think of happiness, and what does it make us feel like, and how can we kind of create that? One question that comes to me is, what has been one of your favorite experiences that you've had with somebody that you shared your knowledge with, and they had that experience they shared with you back that you were able to teach them to be in touch with, and how did that resonate with you?
Yes, yes. Well, thank you, Rochelle, and I love
Of
your
course.
angelic voice and your kind
Thank you.
words. Thank you so much. Yeah, that. So the first thing that comes to mind is very recent, and it touches my heart because it was with my son, and I
Oh,
can't
beautiful.
share too much detail about it just because on his side,
Of
with it,
course.
but
Right.
that there were all kinds of reasons why he wasn't going to be promoted, and people saying, oh, these people weren't promoted because this person doesn't want to, and there were all these forces. And even in the interview that he had in his
Mhm.
last interview for this position, that the person started out saying, hey, we're going to hire from outside and not inside, and he was inside, and so we're not going to hire you. That's how the interview started. And I've taught
Right.
my son, and I helped him through this whole process, but I taught him on that all this is just contrast. When they say you're not going to be hired, then you just say, well, that's what I don't want. And then you ask, what do I want? And wow, I want to be hired. I want this position. I'm most qualified in it. And you just go off into what people sometimes call Dr. Hank's la la land. And then other people that whatever happened, what other people were saying or whatever. It doesn't matter what the world is saying, what other people are thinking. It matters what you're thinking and how you're feeling. And so he had a burning desire to have this position. And out of the blue, a week ago Tuesday, he gets a call and they say, this has never happened before. But for some reason, they gave it to this one person to make the decision. And this person decided for you to have this higher position. And it's like, it's the angels, that coming. It's like everything was against him except one thing was for him, and that was his thoughts and his feelings. And so I could go on with examples of people from they didn't have any business in March. A guy in real estate didn't have any business. Came to me and I said, I don't, and I specialize in, I'm actually a licensed real estate broker and a loan officer because of certain financial opportunities that I have with that. And I help all these loan officers and agents. Then this agent came to me, I have no business. And as of on Tuesday, I talked to him 2 days ago. He has 17 listings. He's never had 4 listings in one day. He has 17. And it's all about not what's going on, because he started telling me all about what he doesn't want. Oh, gee, the market, the interest rates are high. And I said, I don't care what the world's doing. I don't care what the people are saying. You only care about what you do. So I have a way, Rochelle, that will help you very much. If you text me again at that 214-753-7204, I will send you a way that every day you can start the momentum instead of what you don't want about, like this change, I guess, that is occurring in your life. But I can help you to improve your thinking. It's called a joy shop. And I've offered this for $1,000. People will pay for it because it literally improves the way that you think. And it helps you to think more about what you want, and thus gives that happiness to you that you described. And so it's a magical formula that, again, I channeled from the divine, because I was asking, what is the best, most effective, easiest way? And every day, first thing in the morning for 15 minutes, you do this, and your life will significantly improve within minutes, days, within this all powerful moment.
I am more than open to receiving that. Thank you, Dr. Hank, for the opportunity, and for our listeners listening as well. No matter where you're at in your life or what you're going through, yes, I'm young, and yes, I have a lot to learn, but we all do, and we don't stop learning. Kevin humbled me this morning and told me, honey, this isn't going to change. This is normal and this is okay. this is what is supposed to happen. This is who you're supposed to become. All of
Yeah,
this is happening because you're finally ready for it. And although
yeah.
that can be a little overwhelming, I am so ready to receiving help. And thank you for being here and doing the work that you do and sharing that story with us because I'm more than positive that is universal to all of us.
Yes, yes. And Rochelle, that is just beautiful. And everything that you shared there is just absolutely amazing because, and let me help you with a little of that, it's like, just know that, like most people, your committee will say, oh, yeah, well, what's out there? I mean, where is this going to
Right.
lead to, and whatever. And it's no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. It's just the next step. And just know that you're being guided now to be walking on your lighted path, to be going down this corridor where doors will open that you never even knew were there. And the doors of more of your dreams and desires coming true, more laughter, more smiles, more business, more easy money, more easy life. One of my programs and one of my books is called Easy Money, Easy Life. and
Love it.
and it can, yeah, and it can be easy. And so anything we want to be, do, and have, just ask. And again, the Joy Chef can help you in order to do that because it'll help you to get really clear on what you desire and why you desire it, appreciate your beautiful life, and then importantly, prepave your day the way you want it. Most people think like, oh boy, it's going to be a busy day. Then it's going to be busy and you're going to be stressed out. Instead, it's going to be a productive day. I'm going to have big, happy surprises come to me today. See, all you have to do is ask. I want miracles to flow my way. I want to have better feeling thoughts today. I want to feel better. And as you just soak yourself in these beautiful divine thoughts, it's only possible to get everything that you want. Amen.
That is so beautifully and most perfectly said. Kevin, you can go ahead and agree with him and put me on blast. I'm okay with it.
Love you, Michelle, my little
We
angel.
love, I love you guys. There's nothing more than learning in this life other than being provided this, and
Yeah,
it's really just all a miracle. Life is a whole
yeah,
miracle every day, and it's
you
hard to
bet.
remember that sometimes, but damn, it is important.
Yeah, yeah, and just for example, just think how many things are working. I was in an automobile accident about 10 years ago. I was declared, there's my car. I
Oh
was declared
my Lord.
permanent. I was declared disabled, permanently uh, paralyzed from my waist down. All my teeth were knocked out, and my broken arm, my neck was, you can see my neck brace there, and I couldn't move my legs. And when the doctor said, hey, you're not going to be able to, ever walk again, I didn't tell them this because they tried to talk me out of it. Okay. But I said to myself, oh, I'm going to walk again. And so I just breathed in deeply, and this breath, the word spirit in the Bible actually means breath. It's the fastest way to connect with our highest power and our higher power. And so for us to breathe in 5 seconds and out 5 seconds, just six times, because it's 10 seconds, right? Each 1 minute, and you'll be more connected with the divine. And so I just started breathing and started visualizing day after day, moment after moment, breath after breath. And one day, my little toe moved, and I went, "Hey, this is cool. I know whatever I focus on is going to grow." So I just focused on that energy in my little toe, and it started to move into my other toes and up my leg and around my leg and down my other leg. And here I'm a walking miracle. And I love doing that little turn there because do you know how many amazing miraculous things have to happen in order to stand up and to turn around for all of us? I mean, it's incredible on what we have. And so just when we start looking and appreciating all the amazing us who we are, that you will see that you will be guided then and supported and loved to more and more of your desires and the happiness and the freedom and peace that you desire.
Beautiful.
I
It sounds
think,
so simple, but damn it, it's kind of not sometimes.
well, And that's the thing. The concept is simple. The execution can be hard
Don't
Yeah.
because
say that, you guys. Don't say that. You're disallowing it. I have the path. It is easy. And all you need to do is that joy shop in the morning, and you'll see the magic happening. And it's just that people have told you, and we have beliefs that don't serve us. Like, for example, the greatest fear that Americans typically have is the fear of, and most people would think death. It's not death, it's public speaking. You know why? Because when we were all kids, we were told at one point or another, don't talk to strangers. And they had the vibration like we would die if we talked to strangers. And so we're petrified, and we're all strangers. Our mothers, when we got born, first time we saw our mom, that everybody's a stranger. And so we have these beliefs that don't serve us. What happens is when you start filling your mind with the thoughts of what you want, they overcome any beliefs that don't serve you, and you create new beliefs in your subconscious mind. Again, today we don't have to get into that, but one of my books is Your Royal Path to Riches. And that is about the subconscious mind and how I use my conscious mind. And whatever I'm saying to my conscious mind, that as I continue to repeat that into my conscious mind, it soaks into my subconscious mind. And then it's like God in action, okay, that you'll all of a sudden become this magnet to all the things that you want. So don't say it's hard, because then you're asking for what you don't want. Just say it's going to be easy, and you'll see it is, because whatever you say it's going to be, it will be.
Amen.
and Dr. Hank, when you do that and then you trust and pay attention, great things can happen, can't they?
That's correct. You bet, Kevin.
Miracles.
Miracles happen, baby. Yeah.
That's it.
Big
We need
happy
to take our
surprises.
we need to take our last break, but I've got to ask Dr. Hank because he is genuinely plugged in, if you will. And I need to ask him about where we are and how this show, as an example, can help the collective and all of us live and do better. And we'll be right back. We'll just be 39 seconds. Stay where you are. Are you looking for a powerful way to grow your brand while making a real difference? Well, Positive Talk is the perfect platform to align your message with inspiration, hope, and meaningful conversations. By sponsoring Positive Talk, your brand will reach an engaged audience that values positivity and connection. People who want to support companies that share their values. Take this opportunity to showcase your business in a space that uplifts, inspires, and creates lasting impact. Don't wait. Email me, Kevin at kmmedia.pro today to learn how you can partner with us and spread positivity while growing your brand. And welcome back to Positive Talk with Brachelle. She's here, and you sound so much better now, Brachelle.
Yes, I'm feeling more uplifted. I'm feeling much better. Dr. Hank, this episode with you is exactly what I needed today. So thank you for being here. And I want to give Kevin the floor to ask you about all that you're doing and what's coming.
Isn't it amazing how the universe works? Because it just, you ask for it and it'll show up. She needed assistance. She needed help today. And you were the catalyst. You were the one that we needed to hear from today, because she needed to hear what you had to say.
You bet. And this is proof in the pudding that we all have the power in this moment to feel good. And that's the only place we need to be. And so Rochelle went from, oh, I don't feel good, to all of a sudden feeling good. And we can actually do this ourselves. And I asked for better feeling thoughts. I want to feel better. And then thinking about the wondrous of, how awesome you are, yourself that you are, and what you can do and you think and feel. And so it's all of this, and we have the power in order to do this. And Rochelle just showed us that, yeah, she has the power, and we all have the power to feel good right now. And when we feel good, that's a vibration where God is. And that's why all of us, anything we want is so that we can feel better.
Exactly.
It is simply amazing. And I would love for you, and we'll use this show as the guinea pig, if you will. But this can apply to anybody about anything or any choice that they decide to make. I want positive. I want this show to be a major positive magnet for the world and to build a large enough profile and platform so that millions and people's good lord, millions of people can hear what Dr. Hank has to say and so many others from a positive perspective so that they can make changes in their life that will benefit them, their family, and the world. How should I
Yes.
phrase that?
You bet. Beautiful, Kevin. So one of the things is when you're asking that, you don't want to get too specific. Remember, the Father does the work. They know how to get you there. The fastest, the best, the easiest, and what is best for the world, for you and for the world. And when we thrive, the whole world thrives. So, for example, when you say millions of people, that it's kind of like when a resistant thought is actually like, oh, I want millions of dollars. It's like this thing that's real out there that I can't get and I gotta have. And so in your statement, it was beautiful on, wow, I want to impact the world. I want families to get better together, that I want people to feel better, to, connect with the divine. But this millions, I personally, we recommend not to use the millions, just on, if we can impact one person on this show today and to be able to make a difference, that the ripple effect, because see, one person that's connected with the divine is more powerful, if you will, lovingly powerful than millions that aren't. And so it's just about, it's not about all these numbers and how many likes and whatever. That's the world. It's about, hey, I want to touch people today. I want to make their hearts sing. I want to have their souls dance. I want their angels to play their harp and open up the heavens for more of their desires and dreams coming true. And then watch it take off. But it will take off in a way that will make you feel divine, and you won't have to be looking at these numbers. Instead, you can enjoy the love that you're giving to the world and how it's impacting positively the world.
I have to tell you, Dr. Hank, every show that I do, I feel empowered and energized in doing this because this is really what it's all about. And I often say, it's not my job to determine who listens to this and when. It's their job, and they get to choose how they want to present it. My job is to create the best show that I can and to bring the best people here for them to work with. Is that appropriate to do?
That is appropriate, and you're right on. Just enjoy this ride. And
Yeah.
it'll be a great. What happens is the committee tries to get in and say, hey, let's compare this, and you're not as big as this show, or whatever, and then you feel bad, and and it's like, I'm not going to be listening to any of the committee anymore. You're out of here. I'm not going to put any energy into you. That's what I don't want. What do I want? And what you just shared, that's what you want. You're vibrating well, because I really don't listen to people. I mean, I hear you, but I'm listening to your vibration, and you're vibrating right there. And so you just stay on that vibration and just take the millions stuff out of there, and that just, enjoy what you're doing. And see, we haven't been taught that when we were young, hey, think about other people. I can't think or feel for anybody except for myself. Okay. Or what about the starving people? And then I'm supposed to, gouge myself with all the food on my plate. It was just all silly stuff. It's like, it's up to us to feel good. And when we feel good, when we thrive, the whole world thrives, Kevin.
It all is combined, and when I say that we are all one, that is an absolute fact, isn't it?
All connected by heart. We're all connected by heart. But most of us around our heart, we got guards there. We're supposed to be guarded. Like, I don't lock my front door. I don't lock my car door. There's nothing to lock from. That I don't think about robbers or whatever. And so you don't need any of that. I have the power of the divine to only attract that which I want. And so it's like, wow, this is a beautiful world. It has everything we want in it. Well, let's go. Let's go have everything we want. And we have to brush up to what we don't want in order to birth that. But love this brushing up and know that it's taking it. So for Michelle, love that you're in this moment and have this contrast because it's leading you to a brighter future. And you don't have
Oh
to
man, I'm
figure it out.
trying.
And you
It's
don't have
so
to figure it
hard.
out. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh! Now you said that word that
Oh,
Dr. Hank said stay
damn
away
it.
from. It's
No,
not hard. It's
it's a
easy.
difficult beauty because when you understand and see so much more than you ever have before, it's hard to kind of come to terms with. You know, you're learning. It can be difficult to learn exactly where to place these things and what to do with them, but also there's this side of it that's like everything makes sense now. I understand peace, I understand beauty in life for exactly what it is. And I think the only thing I would say that I'd love for you to finish off the show with, to share with our audience, is how to differentiate that beauty within yourself that you are able to understand and not place that upon humanity when you don't see it provided.
Yeah. And you know the answer to that, Rochelle, and I just love you, my little angel. The answer to that is that all we need to do is ask. Instead of getting into all this, oh, and I don't understand so much stuff, and how do I be able to do? No, ask. Hey, I'd like to know on how to take these changes and how to see the wanted. So the easy general question on everything you just shared there is show me the wanted. I want to see the wanted in this person, in this situation, in this world, in my experience. Show me the wanted, and I'll give you an example of that. If you'll close your eyes, no, don't close your eyes. Look around the room and look for brown in the room. Okay, so look around the room and look for brown. Now
Okay.
close. Okay, now close your eyes and tell me what red is in the room. You know, and and typically people, maybe one thing. Open up your eyes, and all of a sudden you'll see red. My point there is that whatever I point my direction, so if I'm asking to see the wanted, I'm going to see the wanted. I'm going to see the blessing in everyone, in every situation. And when you do that, now you start flying with the angels. Doggies. That now you realize this, I can't wait. I mean, when I hop out of bed in the morning, I'm like, oh, and I do my joy shop and I go, I'm flying with the angels. I can't wait for the day to go. I can't wait for all the big happy surprises. I can't wait for the wanted contrast that's going to birth these amazing new opportunities for me to be happier, to feel better thoughts, for me to build my business and help others and to uplift the world and to be the light of the world and all these things and to channel with the divine purely. All those things I asked for. And guess what? I get them all day long. And you are part of that right now. You're the miracle.
Yeah.
You're the big happy surprises in my life. And for our audience, we know that they're being touched right now. Their heart is being touched. No more guards. Say at ease. No more chains and locks. Take them off. Open up your heart, and when you do, and ask for the wanted, that you will see you will love the world, and the world will love you.
Oh man. Kevin.
Bec- because this is a grand adventure every moment of every day.
Yes,
Is
it
that
is,
right?
Kevin. That's right, Kevin. It's beautiful, and we're here to create. So go out and create. Enjoy the contrast. Ask for what do I want? Show me the wanted. And as you get clarity and the joy shop every morning on this, that you will start living the magical life. In fact, my last book was called, let's see, I got it here, Living the Magical Life. And so it's a magical life. And so let's live the magical life. And you'll see that you've been changed. Both of you have been. It has raised your vibration now, and you're going to attract more thoughts, people, and circumstances that are going to have more and more of your desires come to you. Woo, doggies. Doing
And
foot
my
motion.
desire is really simply to have Dr. Hanks back. Will you come back?
I'd love to come back, and I love you guys, Kevin and Rochelle. Thank you so much for having me on, and all of you out there that just know that you do have a brighter future, and that you get to control it. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying or doing or your circumstances, that you can rise above this, and it all starts with asking for better feeling thoughts and to feel better.
Dr. Hank Seitz has been our guest. Go to his website, which is drhankseitz.com, oddly enough. And had phone number again one more time, Doctor.
214-753-7204. Give me a call, text me, ask me for the Joy Shop, ask me if you got a problem, whatever. And it's interesting, most people have the courage that, go ahead and have the courage. Most people don't call me, and they think, oh, it's going to cost money or whatever. You're going to make more money than you ever did with me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hank. It's been a real pleasure. Rochelle, anything before we go?
No, thank you so much for your time. I'll let Kevin close out the show, and we have lots to speak about next time you come.
Okay, love you both.
Thank you so much. Love you too. Thanks for listening to this episode of Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald. Our purpose is to provide everyone with a positive, entertaining, and educational experience. I would love your feedback and comments about the show, including possible topics and great guest suggestions. Please email me at kevin@kmmedia.pro. And remember, be kind to one another because each other's all we've got. That's Kevin at KMmedia.